Yo, what's good? Skano. So this dude, Eli East, who worked at Navy Pier in Chicago, who apparently he was fired from his job, and he came back and shot down two of his coworkers, former coworkers, shot him dead. Now, nobody's truly going to know what was going through this dude's mind, but obviously he was disgruntled. But to take it, I've been fired from some jobs, and in my time, I've left some jobs on unsatisfactory terms. You know what I'm saying? But once I'm done with it, I'm done with it. In this case, dude came in to work, dressed in his uniform like any other day, although he was terminated. Uh, this was 2 weeks after he was fired. Puts on his uniform, rides the transit to work, and that's how he was able to enter the facility because he had on his uniform. They must not have key cards or woo woo. Anyway, so he goes in the building and open fires, and I'm pretty sure he targeted these two people specifically. I don't think he walked in and shot the first two people. I'm pretty sure he targeted those specific individuals, but may not never know that for sure. The thing about this, and this has occurred in places where I've worked. I've had to flash out on people. Some people just don't realize that there's people out here that's unstable. I'm one of them, and you're only gonna be able to push. Now, I don't know the backstory to this, and I don't want to victim blame, but I find it hard to believe he just went in there and shot the two coworkers just on a humble and left. If he had a problem with management and the way he was fired, it makes sense he would go to management, to the office, front office, HR, office workers, how that shit's set up, and knock some of them off. So I believe the co-workers probably, he had some run-ins with him. Now, people said, this dude had been written up for the couple years he was there. 2 years, you didn't get fired, though. Well, it took 2 years to fire him. But, so either, they gave him a long leash to work with, or, so, apparently he was written up multiple times for being aggressive or combative with other co-workers, woo-woo. And, I look at it like two ways, man. There's people out here, like I said, that's unstable. They got shit going on in their life, shit going on in their mind. They done been through shit, and they right on the edge. And like I said, I'm one of them people where I try to treat people respectfully, like I want to be treated, but I have zero tolerance for like bullshit. And some of these companies and corporations, whether it be management, whether it be co-workers who, just get off on certain little petty shit, because, being in the workforce, that's one of the first things I picked up on. You got people in these companies, man, that be on some bullshit. They link up, they got these little, I call them Kool-Aid gangs, because it's like a bunch of overgrown kids who linked up at work, and they sit around and talk shit, and you know what I'm saying, like to keep shit going. They like to see people out, they hook up, they'll get you fired. They play victim, gaslight, and play victim, run the HR. It's a whole lot of little petty shit that go on in these jobs. And, if you don't have the right temperament, or if you allow people to push your buttons, which is something I had to work on, and I've lost a few good jobs that way, because sometimes people just hate to see you stay to yourself and do your thing, and it annoys them for some reason. You just got human trolls out here that just like to keep shit going. They get off on it until shit like this happen, or till you slap the shit out of somebody, or, you know, and I'm not trying to promote no violence, but I'm pretty sure some of y'all understand what I mean. So, you got overgrown kids in these companies, like I said, man. And y'all got to understand, like I said, there's people out here that got issues that's barely holding it together. And all it takes is for them to feel like they've been, you know what I'm saying? They've been wrong or slighted. And it may not even be somebody else's fault. It could be their fault. Sometimes it's a case of that. It could be a case that this dude was just a straight asshole. You know what I'm saying? With mental and emotional issues. And because he done 8 years for robbery, from what I understand. Not that his past should count against him, but so obviously, you know, the dude is, you know, he prone to get down to some degree, but like I said, man, I've had to check some people outside the job, you know, like, because people get a false sense of security, particularly the, you know, lower management or woo-woo, that, you know, something can't happen to you outside this job. You talk to people any type of way, or you know, being arrogant, trying to throw your little weight around, and it's people that will tolerate it, you know, and it's some people who will not. And all it takes for you to run across that one person, you know, who feel like, okay, you done fuck with the wrong one. And like I said, man, I feel like maybe these employees might have had something to do with him getting fired. I don't want to victim blame. He could have just walked in and shot the first 2 motherfuckers he seen. I don't believe that. I think he had a beef with these particular employees, and that's why he went in there and knocked their hats off. So, like I'm be saying, man, it's just a troll-ass world now. People are petty. People have nothing else to do but try to take other people off their hookup, and they get off on it. And I have seen situations where somebody was targeted for whatever reason. Management just stay on them. For whatever their reason is, and end up finding a reason to get them up out of there. And what I'm saying is, you know, be careful, man. Be careful who you associating with at work. I come to work just to do my job and get up. I ain't trying to be friends. I'm not trying to be enemies. Why you clicked up with people in the Kool-Aid gang? You know what I'm saying? You never know who they done pissed off or fucked over. And when they come back in that building, you know what I'm saying, for whatever they feel like get back is, you just happen to be part of the gang and you getting your hat knocked off. So learn how to treat people. You know what I'm saying? That's really what we just need to do better about, how we treat each other. Because like I said, man, everybody ain't for the bullshit. And it's people out here don't give a fuck about their job. At the end of the day, when that happen, fuck the job, fuck my freedom, fuck my life. So you know it's fuck your life. It is what it is, man. 216 Skano. Y'all already know.